garage doors, they come with these pesky springs that hold up the door. But see, that's no fun. There's no danger that the door will fall on you if you leave these installed. And it just goes up too easy, guys. So we had to take these off, give us more of a challenge. Stopped her further shot, and now the starter motor doesn't start. We got her to turn over. He hopped on the tractor, and he hopped on it, he hit the key. He said he'd seen some sparks coming from the ground on our battery, and when he hopped on it, went to start it, engine fired right up, no troubles. It sounds like the starter gear and the bevel in there isn't engaging proper. It sounds like it isn't going up and hitting the engine, or like it's going up and hitting the engine and the engine just isn't moving. But well, obviously we know the engine spins, so it's just spinning, it spins just fine. Judging by the sparks, I reckon there's some electrical piece that I need to clean up. Older mower, hasn't been loved as much as she might have should have been. Oh well, just something to deal with. Yeah. Hey guys, so here we are. This is the 48-inch deck for the John Deere LA145. This one's torn off because the blades are a piece of shit and the bearings go constantly. So I have with me here a set of new idler bearings, not just the main one. I do have two of the littler ones. One of the littler ones on this one is a real big fan of this deck. We didn't want to separate them. They were family as his little brother. So for the time being, the one of the original small idler pulleys is staying on this because, guys, I don't know if I'm really going to be able to get you an angle. You can see down under here, you can kind of see that nut. Well, that's supposed to be stamped on. Sneaky bastards. Let's get to work, boys. I don't think we're getting these blades off. I don't know if you guys will be able to see, but I can see where I was beating and banging on this with a hammer last night trying to get it to come unstuck for me. And we were not having any luck. Was not budging, still has not budged. The only movement that I think I've found out of it is that the spindle is a little loose. So that's good. What's not good is the amount of time that I'm going to spend out here with a file filing these blades down. And what's even better is before that, and something I've yet to even touch, is the mold that litters this deck for whatever reason. It's been like this since I seen the under of it. Good Lord. I don't know if it was like this when I got it or what. I got this thing and I was like, alright, deck doesn't have any holes in it besides the ones it's supposed to. Awesome. But that's what we're doing. That's why I'm out here, and probably be a long one. Now, normally you wouldn't do this with a hand file, but you see, I'm a very skilled mechanic. Nah, I'm fucking with you. No one in my house really does this stuff. I'm kind of the only one who has interest in engines and working on them. And for the most part, that's fine, but well, it means I don't have a grinder or a welder or anything, or a lot of tools. So, you know, it's gotta do the best with what you got sometimes. But oh well, still fun to do. I still love it. So as you can see, this blade is shiny and this one isn't, so something has happened, and something is half an hour of filing. You can see imperfections in this blade. It's not perfectly straight, but all this back here is a lot better than it was. I didn't get you guys a good before shot, but this blade is looking pretty good, honestly. I think I'll go at it for a little bit longer. There is some debris on the bottom of this blade, just like some rust down here, but man, that actually hurt. I just tapped this in here, which is definitely the sharpest bit, and felt it. You don't get that over here. Definitely the dullest parts of this are the sharpest blade, you know, on the whole deck. So, you know, it'll cut fine, I imagine. But, yeah, didn't get you guys a before shot of this one, but this one, I can get you guys a before shot, and it is fairly gnarly. There's a lot of chunks taken out of this one. This edge, I bet, is completely rounded off, just like the other side. The whole blade looks rounded off, I'm not sure. Still a lot of work to do on this, specifically in here and out here, you know, the blade part. So I'm going to crack on that and not time lapse it, because as you saw, the way that I have been holding the blade, and it allows me to do the bottom pretty comfortably, honestly. But you can't see it very well on camera, so don't see a real point in recording. Yeah, this is definitely how this is supposed to work. It's supposed to set a leg of the tripod on the very easily rotating blade. See, this ensures that your camera is in danger, and if there's no stakes, there's no fun. So, throw this on. I don't get it properly secured. You guys can't see me. And yeah, some of this moldy, hold on to the fucking camera, got it. Get some of this ancient moldy grass off of here. Man, this shit is thick. Oof. Oh, there we go. There we go. That's better. Let me get that further down and closer towards the metal. That's coming off easier, but man, that is thick, guys. Good lord. That's a paint scraper for comparison there. That's pretty thick. Pretty thick grass. And I think, judging by the fact that this is all molded over and I had just cut grass with this when I took it off, I think all of this has just been on here for a long, long time. Should have taken it off earlier. Learn for the next one I buy. Yeah, I got this tractor shortly after I moved to my new home. I had a much bigger yard, and a relative, dust, a relative gifted us this tractor. And I mean, this is the first lawn tractor I'd ever had. I had a push mower for mowing my lawn before, a little Troy built. It was the cheapest mower we could find at the time. So I didn't really know what I was doing. I had just turned 15 when I got this tractor. So now it's over a year later, and I have a better idea on how to care for my equipment and what to look for, which is good. You want to have a good idea of what you're doing. This stuff is not coming off though. I think I'm probably going to need a screwdriver for this stuff. I think I'll take you guys back in later for a time lapse. It's not really what I was intending on doing at the moment, but yeah, I thought it'd be interesting in the video. So guys, we're back. So I just roughly polished up on this blade here. It's not probably where I'd have ended it, but it is where I'm going to end it for now. It's a lot straighter than this blade. You can see that this one has some pretty big nicks out of it that I don't really think it's worth filing them down. You know, it's just whatever to leave them, I guess. But this one's a lot straighter. It cleaned up a lot nicer. It's a lot straighter of a blade. Probably not as sharp. I haven't spent as much time on the edge, but I went to blow some metal shavings off it, and I saw a big cloud of dust fly up towards my second and third blade. So I think it's time I do a little something more about the mold than just this. What I want to do is I'm going to set up the camera, I'm going to get to scraping and just time-lapse it, I think. And then I'm going to vacuum it all up. And I think I'll bring you guys in and try to get you on the end of the shop vac. And right, yeah, so I've obtained a couple more tools to assist me in my endeavor. I have a larger paint scraper that might do slightly better than the small one. Not too sure. At the very least, it can cover more area. And then I have a screwdriver, which should prove much sturdier and help me get through some of this, because it's not just mold. Some of what's coming off of this is just a layer of rusted metal it's not hold on to the deck really, I don't think, or I'm not really too sure, but I don't know. I think this might have been a weak patch in the metal as well. We'll see. Probably not going to look very pretty, but I don't have a grinder and I can't clean it up. I'll probably try to get something into it from what I've seen of the metal, but yeah, so let's get going. You guys can't see that too well. Could have realized that one earlier. But what you can see is it doesn't want to come off. It doesn't really want to come off in these bigger chunks like we were getting it to earlier. I think part of that is you can see some of that metal in there that might have been holding on partially. So I think real quick I'm going to move the camera, get you guys a better angle, move back over there, and I'm going to clean up this right side of the deck and move over to where this new blade is, and then vacuum her all up. How's that sound? Bad? Well, I don't give a shit. I'm making the video. It's gonna go how I want it to. Rude little... That fired at me. Good Lord. Whacked it with it. It did. It fired it right at me. This mask is hot though. But don't want to be breathing in mold. I'd rather sweat out of my face, I guess. But that corner is cleaning up slowly but surely. Close up the legs here, the tripod, so you guys can see that easier. But you can see there's mostly metal through there. That's the chunk I've been working on. She's proved real annoying. Yeah. Kinda as you'd figured the job would be. Long, wasn't really fun. And the mask doesn't make things any easier. But I guess I'd rather have a rusty sack of shit under my tractor than a moldy sack of shit. Oh. I'm gonna go get me a pair of safety glasses, guys. It's getting pretty violent throwing the mold. Nice to get the mask up and off for a little bit, but let's get going. I'm not gonna be able to see a fucking thing. God, I forgot about this. God. Damn. Let's see if this one tighten up right enough first. Yeah. Oh, it is hot in this shop, and these safety glasses made it worse. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't wear them, but I am saying I don't care enough to. Or that's wrong. No, I'm gonna keep wearing my safety glasses, guys. You see, I'm turning off the camera. No, I'm just gonna go without them. It's not safe, but it's hot here, and I'm a 12th generation Vermonter. I'm not made for anything above 60 degrees Fahrenheit, and I don't do well in anything above 60 degrees Fahrenheit. This shirt has been drenched with sweat since I come out here. I just left it on today. It's not too bad, but the mask and everything, I'll keep wearing the mask for sure, but I'm gonna drop the glasses. You should. You shouldn't. Old Christopher Kringle will be mad, or someone along those lines. Maybe the Easter Bunny. But I ain't afraid of no ghost. take off my mask. I'm telling you guys, it's fucking hot. Guys, I mean, this is a pretty serious damn pile. I mean, you guys can see the dust there too, just a bit. See, it's cleaning up for sure. It's coming off, but I think my favorite part about this is it's got the damn quick attach washout plug. It's got a washout on it, but might have been used once, or maybe none. Yeah, it's not, I don't know. I think it is kind of just like maybe a couple seasons worth of grass or something that was put there, it's cut with, and then it sat somewheres, molded over, and then tracked its way to me. I'm not sure. That's just what I would think, judging by the mold. Or it might have molded over winter. I'm not too sure, but I don't know. I never checked this thing out when I got it, so you know, shoulda, coulda, shoulda, woulda. Alright guys, as you can see, a ton of mold dust in here all come off the walls. It's not as thick over on this side. It's not really coming off in clumps like it was over there. And that honestly, that dust scares me a bit more. You can see there's just all kinds of stuff, especially up in there. We should probably break that up before we hit it with a shop vac. I'm hitting it a bit sooner than I had planned on, but this is just a bit more gunk than I had planned on. So yeah, we'll break this up a bit, get it ready to go down into a shop vac. I do think it is mostly the pieces of metal that allow it to come off in chunks like this. And I think specifically here, the reason we were getting that is because that's where the grass was the thickest for whatever reason. So just had a whole lot of moisture to sit there, rot out that area of the deck with. But some of this off. A better angle on that. So it is. It's kind of why I stopped recording. It's I wanted to listen to music, but it's kind of just slam it into the piece of mold until the mold falls off the wall, and move on to the next piece of mold stuck on the wall. So yeah, so we switch over to our shop vac, start picking up some of that stuff. So I'm not entirely sure how well this section is actually going to work, but basic idea is got the nozzle for the vacuum here, and I got a camcorder right on the end of it. I am still wearing my mask for this. I recommend you do too. It's going to be picking up this mold and throwing it around, and that the air outlet in the back is going to be throwing out the same dust that this mold was throwing off while it's being scraped off. So if you're doing anything with mold, just keep your mask on, guys. Not even sure if this is hazardous mold, to be honest. I don't give a shit.
Thought something was crawling up my leg. I guess it's just vacuum tube. You come over on this side so you show you that it's angle with it. Same right here. Just stop on a scraper. You can see part of the reason I cleaned up this tile is it was preventing me from getting down into there and seeing what was going on. I apologize for the camera work, guys. If you can't tell by the lack of other videos, this isn't exactly a career for me. This is just always something that I kind of wanted to do. And now that I'm the ancient age of 16, I reckon I know enough about this kind of stuff and working on equipment to teach some other people and make some videos that people who do know what they're talking about can watch and enjoy as well. Just, well, I mean, all that's true, but really I want money for more projects and let's keep on more projects. Yeah, but that's all nice and clean. And look at that. That is much, much cleaner than it was when I started. As I should hope. I have probably an hour put into this mold now. So we're probably going to continue cleaning up this and hit that side, get that cleaned out. You can see where we kind of got stopped by our exit here. So, yep. I'm going to take a damn break because I'm sweating my ass off, which is part of the reason I stopped the vacuum. I'm going to go sit on Susie and take the breaks. So, guys, it's not much cleaner, but I have run through here a bit with a scraper. There's still some stuff to pick up along here, and I came up here a little bit and did some, but it didn't really want to come easy. I scraped away a decent amount of that. You can see some metal there. Now, this has taken longer than I thought it would. I probably started on this around a little after 2. It's 4 out from 4 p.m. now, so especially with the mask, it's just been a whole lot of hot and hunched over. Nice thing is, looking at this after not doing this for 2 hours straight, definitely can appreciate that there's a lot less mold left, mostly all up in here. This all looks like it might even be just metal. Some pretty thin stuff through this middle section. Just hit that with a paint scraper and it should tear most of it off, similar to up here. And then we have this, which is probably going to be our thickest area. These walls do have stuff on them as well. I'm not going to time-lapse this, just going to put my head down and do it and play some music. I'll see you guys when we got a clean deck and we're getting ready to get these blades finalized probably tomorrow. And hopefully we'll get the new bearings on. I am going to try to get that old on-off with flame. I don't have a lot of hope for it. That whole stud was just spinning. It doesn't want to spin by hand anymore, but I don't think it's going to hold up to enough torque to ever break that bolt loose. We'll see. Don't know. Yeah, I'll catch you guys when we're ready to do some more work. But it is hard to see it on camera, and it is chipped down a bit, but there is about the width of that screwdriver. That's a step up, and that is not mold on either of these. Both of those are metal. So it seems like we've lost an amount of material from our deck, and it seems like that amount is not low. But screwdriver isn't going through it. Up in here, there is mold. If you were paying attention and thinking,